All right. Welcome back to Jazz Anthropology. This is our fourth and final segment of our virtual panel. This event again was part of the Jazz in the Hills event, which was organized by the Greater Orlando Cares Mentoring Movement. It was Orlando's official event to commemorate International Jazz Day, which is a UNESCO initiative. And so we have just finished wrapping up individual panels that we presented on different aspects of jazz in relationship to African American and broader African diasporic culture, society, history. And now we're going to just kind of conclude by giving you a little bit more information about where you can find some further readings, further listening, as well as ways to reach out to us if you have any questions. So we start with Sunny.
Sure.
So this is Dr. Sunny Whitmer from Rollins College, Adjunct Professor of Musicology. We're also going to hear from Dr. Julian Chambliss, Associate Professor and Department Chair of History and Coordinator of the Africa and African American Studies Program at Rollins College. And then finally myself, Adjunct Professor of Anthropology at Rollins College, and Eric Bindler.
Okay, well, I'll get started. There are a couple of different sources that are very good for more information about how jazz rhythms and jazz in the United States was influenced by Afro-Caribbean music and especially rhythms. One book in particular is it's titled The Latin Tinge. It is by John Storm Roberts. You can find it pretty much anywhere. Amazon has it. Also, there are a number of YouTube videos dedicated to this particular process. I also have on YouTube a channel, Sunny Whitmer World Music. You can go there and you can click on a number of different albums that I have in there with recordings for these musicians. And if you would like some more information, here's a way to contact me. I'm at rwhitmer@rollins.edu. So just feel free to contact me if you would like some more information or if you would like some other further sources, specific sources. Thanks.
I'll go next. If you're looking for additional information about the Great Migration, a great book is by John Grossman. It's called The Great Migration. The Library of Congress also has a great digital exhibit on African American experience, the African American Odyssey, that has, of course, a great section on the 1920s, the Harlem Renaissance. There's a great documentary series from Ken Burns, of course, called Jazz, that will give you both the history of jazz and has a great sections on the period in Harlem. Of course, if you're looking for more profiles of specific musicians and individuals, there's a lot of works out there. I think the Lomax collection is a good place to look at for the music. But for profiles of people like Alan Locke, you can actually look up his publication, the New Negro, and of course the collective works of Langston Hughes, Charles Mackay, and Zora Neale Hurston. If you're interested in the international scope that grows up around jazz, I think Dr. Nicholas Pillai, who is at the University of Warwick, has done some great work. And he was here at Rollins College a couple of years ago and gave a talk about jazz as an international language. And you can actually find that on the website, Project Mosaic website. And if you just go to my own website and look for Project Mosaic Migration, and you will see his video that is posted there if you're looking for that. If you want to contact me, you can do so quite easily. My email is jchambliss@rollins.edu. If you want to contact me at Twitter, it's at Julian Chambliss, and my personal website is julianchambliss.com. If you're looking for the Project Mosaic, just go to Projects, and then go to Digital, and all the links to the Project Mosaic website, which are actually hosted at the Rollins servers, are there. So that does it for me.
Thanks, Julian.
Thanks.
Okay. And then finally, for my presentation, in terms of resources about jazz, and especially kind of ethnomusicological studies of jazz performance practice, Paul Berliner has a really fantastic book about jazz. Ingrid Monson has also done some really interesting research on jazz performance practice. the idea of quoting and riffing and vamping and things like that in relationship to jazz and also just to African diasporic popular music in general. As far as hip hop goes, one pretty great book is Rap Music and Street Consciousness by Cheryl Keys. That's one of the ones that I would definitely recommend in terms of just the history of rap music and its relationship with jazz performance practice. Fernando Orihuela just came out with a great hip hop textbook for use in undergrad classrooms. And then as far as kind of rhythms in hip hop and dancehall culture, Norman Stolzof's Wake the Town and Tell the People is a really fantastic book about dancehall culture, dancehall performance practice. Peter Manuel and Wayne Marshall also have a really good article called The Rhythm Method that's all about how this process works and what rhythms are and how they're constructed. I also just read a fantastic book that just came out by Ray Hitchens, which is called Vibe Merchants, and that's kind of an inside the studio look at how Jamaican popular music has been recorded and does talk quite a bit about rhythms and that process. As for me, if you're interested in contacting me for any questions, you can reach me at ebandler@gmail.com or 954-608-1637. Please feel free to contact me with any questions. And I think that about does it. Any closing remarks, anybody?
This was fun. Hopefully people found this informative. Always great to learn more from really good speakers, so thanks a lot for including me.
Yes, thanks, guys. It was really wonderful participating in this. I particularly liked the way that we came from pretty distinct disciplines, and we're still able to tie a common thread through all of this. It was pretty interesting. Thank you.
Okay.
And yeah, thanks to you guys for taking part. Thanks also to Michelle Hastings from the Greater Orlando Cares Movement for kind of helping us put all this together. Don't forget the hashtag, which is, I think, #JazzDay. And yeah, we will see you next time.
All right. See you guys later.
Thank you.
Thank you.